Yeah, that's like the purpose, like to be able to objectively take these truths of life that you can place as your axioms and believe firmly and attempt to carry out life in the best manner you can to your own higher responsibility, right? So to kind of take away the toxicity of it, like the toxicity of the dogma and this, and do it for your being and the betterment of your environment, the people within it and stuff like that. That's the purpose. Right? But then that just fails because people don't have a capacity to do that. That's why people latch on to things like totalitarian regimes and like the rhetoric that they spew and things like this, because they're just like in the sea with nothing. They're in the chaos with nothing. Yeah. And it's just like, they need something. Again, you sound something, and emotionally, that's the number one thing. If people think too emotionally, people forget how to kind of think objectively and logically. Like, and people don't think. Like, if you ask the majority of people, like, when's the last time you like you sat down for 30 minutes and thought, like, went through a thought process in your head at all, like vocalized with yourself, worked something out? When's the last time you did something like that? Really pondered something, questioned something to yourself, tried to come to any sort of realize. People just don't do that. Yeah. People are very stimulated. There's a lot going on in modern society, which kind of like dumbs you down and hides you from sort of that like sort of pursuit of philosophy. Yes. But like, yeah, so, you know, with nothing, you hear something that emotionally suits you, and like you feel like you have no meaning subconsciously, maybe consciously, and like you latch onto that as like a meaning, as like a truth to your life, and something to sort of pursue and something to be a part of, makes you feel comfortable. And like that's why people, you see like Donald Trump getting elected in 2016, and people crying in the streets. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and if you were to ask them the question, like, if their lives probably didn't change in any way, like, you know what I'm saying? It may be in very slight ways, but like, it's like, exactly. What are you so up? Like, it's like,
and the argument is that most people like in those situations probably don't have any real problems in their life, so they're making up.
Sure,
I have fucking PTSD, anxiety, and they start listing off.
That's like the whole fad.
It's the fad. It's like, well, you know, I have insomnia, anxiety, PTSD, depression.
Middle school.
And it's like, dude, do you, bro? Or it's like, what the fuck?
Remember, like in middle school, every girl was like possibly bisexual, or like thinking they're all like bisexual and depressed, or like bisexual, with bipolar disorder or some shit. All of them had some bullshit going on.
Themselves and shit.
Every single one. Like, you talk to a girl, like if you were really talking to a girl and like got deep on it, with all of them, every single one of them had some problem going on like that.
I mean, even nowadays they'll still probably cling on to a few labels, and that's a big problem in my opinion, is the labeling. Like, I believe there are people with mental illnesses and anxiety, depression, but like these youngsters just accepting a label, and even also doctors giving them a label.
It's all
you have anxiety, so then for the rest of your life, it's like, I have anxiety. So it's like it's almost a cop out for certain. It's like, dude, you're supposed to have anxiety in certain situations. And that's the reality.
Here's the problem, though. When everybody labels themselves with those things, then the people who really suffer, because there's people who really out there probably were going through shit, and just because everybody's copping on some attention-seeking bullshit, then you never know if somebody's telling the truth or not. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can meet them.
That's a shame too.
Yeah, because like I'm somebody who's suffered with mental health. Like, I've been in and out of therapy. I've been on all the drugs.
And now this breathing is actually something that you thought was fucking woo woo, and it's like, holy shit.
And like, you know, so it's like it's funny to hear people talk about that kind of stuff sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I'll hear people like be like, oh yeah, I have like these anxiety attacks, but then like, and you know, maybe they're just not empathetic in any manner, but like, then I'll see them around somebody who's having an anxiety attack, and they'll the way they'll be treating this person while they're having an anxiety attack. I'm like, if that was me, if you were treating me like this, bro,
a lack of knowledge, probably, right? They don't even know what an anxiety attack
feels like. They don't exactly means. That's why when somebody's definition. Like, you know, we're out in public and like it's a crowded place, and they're like, I'm like really having like I'm about to have an anxiety attack and shit, and they're like, oh, just stop, you're fine. Like, just stop, you're fine. Say shit like that, and then you're telling me you have anxiety. Like,
stop being a bitch.
I don't think you do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you understand how what she's experiencing if
for sure.
If you're saying things like that.
For sure. But again, I think at the end of the day, it really does stem from a lack of knowledge. Like, if you can understand these feelings, it like, yeah, you feel anxious right now. It's like, this is something you can do to stop feeling anxious, or maybe there's a reason that you are anxious and you just kind of have to accept those feelings. But it's good to understand. It's like, now I'm not sad, or it's like maybe I'm not depressed, I'm sad, and it's easier if you can understand the difference. But now it's like nobody really cares, and like you said, no one thinks. Someone really, I'm depressed, man. It's fucking, I'm fucked.
Oh, yeah, man. I just
hold on. It's like you fucking you gambled $1,000 away. That was your. It's like, come on, man. It's poker, bro.
Sure.
It's like, bro, come on.
Yeah, when people cause their own suffering and then like feel bad about it.
Yeah, it's like, bro, you're not depressed. It's like, you gambled a lot of money away. You spent $200 for a bottle service. You know what I'm saying, this weekend. That's on you.